Hi and welcome back to the next lesson. In this lesson we're going to create a drill through screen that we can use as a target to display some additional information when we click on this matrix here. And that information is going to be a list of all of the work orders that are underneath each one of these sections. So let's just go and we'll create a new screen and we'll call this one here work orders. And we're going to go and I'm just going to talk you through this whole process. It's quite straightforward, but we'll just quickly go through it. So I'm going to copy this bit here, this header, because we're going to keep the same look and feel in the header. I'm going to paste it in here, and we're going to call this work, or let's call it post. Change that to white. So we're going to call this post mitigation risk matrix, and we're going to make this slightly bigger. You can see we've got we'll make that 20, and that's going to be our header there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and copy this matrix here. There's no point in creating a new one, so we'll just click on here, copy that. I just want to see, yeah, that's 20, what the size of that text was, just to make sure it's the same. And we're going to paste that in here, and I'm actually going to put it to this other side, and I'm going to make it smaller. So the requirement here is to be able to see this matrix again, but we want a few other things. We want this matrix to be displayed, but we also want a table that's going to show the list of actual work orders whenever we click on this matrix. So let's put a table in here. We could probably make it the full size. And we're going to start adding some additional information. So let's add in the work order number. We'll just put in number here. So we're going to put in the work order number. We're going to need the description. We'll just populate this. The status I think we'll need. So it'll depend on what you want for your requirements. Now I want to have the discipline, because one of the things we want to be able to do is look at for each discipline and each department to be able to look at their work. So we'll all need department name and discipline name. We'll put in risk rank, I think, post mitigation, risk ranking post mitigation, we'll put that in as well. That's just going to be the number. We're going to play about with this format in a second. I just want to get the fields in, and we'll put in a target completion date. Target completion date, here we go. And we'll just format that as an actual date rather than a hierarchy. So here we've got some stuff. I'm going to make a couple of changes here. I'm going to reduce the size of the text. But first of all, actually, I'm going to change the style. Rather than being this one with its alternate colours, I quite like this minimal style here. So I'm going to change it to that. Play about with the fields here, the field sizes. And let's just go through this. We'll look at the totals. We don't need the totals on here, so I'm going to put the totals off. And then we're going to change the size of the text. So if I type in here text, it's going to bring up all the text options. It's going to search for all the text options, and we can start to reduce the size of these. So let's just make it 8. And it's defaulted in for the other ones, and that's fine. We're happy enough for them all to be 8. We're going to put a title on here, and the title is going to be list of work orders. What else are we going to do here? We'll make that slightly smaller. What have we done here? That's 14. Okay, we'll leave it at 14. Doesn't look too bad actually. I just want to align it with the top here. Make that a little bit. So we can play a bit with this until we can get basically no scrolling. Okay, no scrolling to the left and right. Okay, so that looks pretty good. We've got the list of work orders. Now if we click on here, we can start to look at these. We can start to see what the actual transactions are that are sitting underneath each one of these squares. So that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. The next thing I'm going to add is going to be a bar chart here. There's a little bit of space here that I think a bar chart would fit nicely in. So let's add a bar chart, and I'm going to do it by department. So I think one of the things here that I'm keen, and one of the requirements is to let each department understand what the what their work is, so they can go and manage their own work. We'll call this work order. I forget what I've called it now. What was the measure? It was work order count current week. Here's it here. Has been the value, and we can see here that we click on here, and it's going to filter these to be the different number of work orders for each of the current weeks. Okay. Now it's showing this blank value here, so I'm going to have to sort of sort that out, but we'll do that in a second. We'll tidy this up a little bit. We don't, yeah, let's go and tidy up the chart. So the first thing is, let's change the color. I don't like this blue. I'm going to just use this kind of grey color, keep it nice and neutral. That's fair enough here. The well, we don't need an x-axis because we can see it's a department. So in this example here, I'm going to get rid of this x-axis, sorry, the y-axis. No, in fact, we'll leave that in. It's a title in the y-axis we need to get rid of. So let's scroll down and we'll just switch off this title. So we can see maintenance, integrity, etc., etc. We'll make it slightly bigger. And we add some, we don't need a title here, or we can make that title slightly smaller for the actual bar chart itself. So let's call this work by department, and we're going to make it 14. Yeah, it's already 14, so that's fine. I'm going to add some labels on here to show the number of work orders, and that's fine. Now, because we've got these labels here, we don't need this labels here, so let's go and get rid of those. And that is the y-axis. And I think that is about it. So we can click on each one of these and we can see the list here. And we can see the list of actual work orders, and we can see where they are sitting on this risk matrix. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I want to fix is the fact that we see these blank values here, and it just looks ugly and awkward. And it took me a while to suss out how to fix this, but it is very straightforward. So what it is that these have got to do with how the filters interact with each other. So if you go to Format, and then go to Edit Interactions, and then what we're going to do is we can click on this chart here, and we want it, rather than highlighting, we want it to filter. Okay, so that is a key one that we want to do. Rather than highlighting, we want to filter. Now you can set this as a default in the actual file settings, and I'll just show you how to do that in a second. But if you go in here and click on it now, it's going to not show that blank value, which is exactly what we want. A lot cleaner, a lot nicer. It highlights the actual values we want to see. So to go and set that as a default, which I think is probably something that is worth doing, go into Options under the Options and Settings, and in the report settings here, there's an option here which is what is it? Yeah, this one here. Change default visual interaction from cross highlighting to cross filtering. So it's going to filter it rather than highlight it. So check that one. So that's generally speaking what you want whenever you've got these interactions. Okay, so that is us for creating this page. I think that's enough for that. So let's go and put a drill through here. So what we need to do is in here, we need to actually determine which pages are going to be activated for drill through. So the pages, or the values we want here are going to be, in fact actually there's none because we're going to do a direct link to this from the front page. Yeah. So let's go through the front page. And we're actually going to use, rather than allow you to select one of these, which is actually pointless because it doesn't actually impact anything, I'm going to put an overlay button on top of here that's just going to take us to this next page. So to do that, I'm going to go and add in insert, and I'm going to use a shape, and I'm just going to put that over the top of this, and I'm going to format it to have no fill, no line, I think that's it, is it? Yeah, that's enough. And then we're going to go to the action, switch it on, navigate, which is this page navigation, and we're going to navigate to work orders, and we're going to go and add a little bit of a message here. Click to view work orders. That'll be enough. So if we're going to hover above here, click to view work orders, and if we are in here now, we click on here, it's going to take us to this work order page, and then we can go and we can navigate around and look at the different work orders. Okay, so that is us for section 1. We've now completed the first section of this risk management dashboard, which is the front page with a drill through to the underlying list of work orders. We've got this overall risk status that's calculated based on the number of defects or work orders that are in each of our different categories or risk statuses. We've got some additional text here that's going to let the person looking at this just see some high level sound bites of what the current state of the risk is and the state of these work orders. And of course we've got some conditional formatting that's just going to select, and then some symbols that's going to draw the attention to some of these statements here. So thanks for listening, and that brings us to the end of section 1, and in the next lesson we will start section 2. I'll talk to you then.